used those multiple chassis to good effect last year, because partway through the season, and had to ship one of the chassis back to the UK for repair. Had all three of them at Brazil. I think it was Bahrain, wasn't it, where they had the problem and wrote one of the chassis off, and that sort of went off like the Singleton and a Red Arrows display, joining back up with the team later on. And Bart Hayden and the rest of his crew committing to this double feature, if you like, of ALMS and World Endurance Championship. It's a big undertaking for a privateer team. So back into the GT battle. Ryan Dalziel now at the wheel of the number 91 SRT.
In that case, he's just retaken the lead, because after the pit stops, the BMW was out in front. And now the fighting, oh, there's the Christian Zugel, I think, at the wheel of the Greaves Motorsport car, who's running third in P2, spun off here at the hairpin. That's going to cost him more time. He's already had it off a little while ago, but he's going to take it a long way around. At least he's not going to run out over the grass, get it out of the way. But that battle of the GT is just intense. Joey Hand was leading when we came back to the restart, I believe, but Ryan Dalziel has wrested that lead advantage away again on the first lap of Green Flag Racing. And look now, Joey Hand has his mirrors full of the Ferrari of Jimmy Bruni back at the wheel of that car, and the Corvette, the number 4 Corvette, which is one lap down to the leaders in GT, who are desperately trying to get back onto the lead lap, John.
GT racing, gotta love it, haven't you? I've been very impressed with the return of Racing Competizione, Jeremy. They've been away for a year. A lot's happened in a year, including that new BMW that's right ahead of them there. And they have slotted back in as if they have never been away. Great to see Giuseppe, Fiona and the rest of the team in the paddock. And they've, no doubt to me, they've found another little superstar here in Matteo Malicelli.
Yeah, he's done a stellar job since he got at the wheel. First time in North America, first time in this car, first time with this team. Look at the straight line speed there of the Ferrari. That's what they were working on over the winter. And they always had a nibble there at Joey Hand going into turn 1. And this battle in GT, it's the Michelin cars generally at the front here, although the Falcon Tires Porsche is running very nicely in 4th place in the class. And we're joined by Al Spire, the Director of Motorsports for Bridgestone Faster. And Al, what chance of seeing you guys involved in this fantastic GT battle?
Well, it is a great battle. You're exactly right about that. And racing's very inspiring here. We're going to take a good hard look at everything that's going.
Wow, around the outside, sorry to interrupt you there.
Okay.
Around the outside goes Joey Hand. Fantastic move there around the outside of Malicelli's. Side by side they were coming into the hairpin. Tremendous battling. It'd be great to see Bridgestone and or Firestone involved in this as well, Al.
I wish we were a part of it right here, right now, Jeremy. Certainly the competition gets everybody's blood flowing, and yeah, we'd like to be a part of it. So the series is quite healthy. All the announcements about the merger or something that look very positive to us, and we're taking a good hard look at what all of the classes here can offer us in the future.
Well, you've been involved in GT racing in Japan, of course, the Bridgestone,
Yes.
of course, the Bridgestone brand
Yes.
for many years, and you know it's not much of a stretch, is it, to see you back over here as well, perhaps?
No, we'd have to do some work. Obviously, when you get as competitive as these cars are, you got to fine-tune everything for the specific conditions. But it's a great challenge. That's what we really like to do in motorsports, and hopefully we can be right in the thick of it, you know, sometime in the near future.
Got a great season of IndyCar racing also coming up for you. You'll start that next weekend just down the road in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, I've already had a couple questions about that, and I'm sure the St. Petersburg crowd is going to want to know how things went up here at Sebring. So, you know, race fans like to follow all different aspects of the sport, but this has got our blood flowing today. I wish we were part of it. You know, I know the car didn't show its full potential today, and I know the tires didn't show their full potential. So we're going to keep working on it for the future.
I mean, for building the tyre so quickly, the drivers I know were very impressed with the grip that the tyre was given. Let's have a look again here, John, at this battle for the lead in GT.
Coming down to turn number 7, and Bruni gets the job done, but not quite, can't quite get the Ferrari stopped. and that allows Joey Hand to go back through underneath. And we've got a camera car that's not in the fight here. This is Tommy Milner in the number 4 GM Chevy Corvette, and we get a great view of what happens when you just can't get a GT car slowed down, and Jimmy Bruni quite obviously closing the door there on that Corvette because he does not want them to get between him and his prey being the second place BMW of Joey Hand.
Yeah, they want to get that Corvette back on the lead lap. They're not there at the moment. They've only got 3 cars to pass, and you can see the Viper there. It's only about a second and a half or 2 farther up the road than this battle for second place. That's the first thing that Tommy Milner has to cope with, is to get past the Ferrari and get past the BMW. But Ferrari there moving to the inside and making sure there is no way down to make a move on the inside for Tommy Milner.
Bobby Rahal just saying there, go on, get your head down, get after that Viper, which is only 2 seconds up the road, in fairness, so that's exactly what he needs to do. He doesn't really need to be embroiled in this. And cruising up behind him, Wolf Hensler, just to the right of the picture there, in the Falcon Tyres Porsche, as the BMW of Joey Hand maybe just struggling a little bit now for tyres as he turns into 17. And Bruni is able to tighten the Ferrari up on the exit, and the Hensler is coming like a steam train here to join this battle for second place. It's going to be a 3-way fight pretty soon. Also in there is Lee Keane. Now Lee Keane is not in this fight with the BMW and the Ferrari, but he is in the fight between himself and Tom Milner, who's in that Corvette there, who's sitting tucked up behind here. He doesn't really want to go through and spoil this battle for us. I'm sure that's not in his mind at all, but he's just giving us some great pictures as he's sitting in behind the battle for GT second position.
It was fascinating to watch to see the ebb and flow of this battle, and which car has maybe a slight advantage at one point on the racetrack. Again, Milner looks for the inside, but not quite close enough to get a move made on the Ferrari. And again, I think the straight line speed of that Ferrari was just enough to keep him ahead of Tommy Milner. No way past on that occasion.
And here comes down the inside. It's a great manoeuvre into turn 10. That is fun. Into turn 7, excuse me. That's a tremendous manoeuvre by Jimmy Bruni. Just caught Joey Hand napping a tiny little bit there. And seeing it perfectly well from the overhead camera as he saw the opportunity to slide down the right-hand side of the circuit. You can't shortcut that corner anymore because of that big sausage-like curve that's been laid down there. Now Joey Hand has got a bit of a dilemma here. He is trying to get around these guys without spoiling the battle and getting embroiled in it, but he's being closed down by the 23 of Lee Keane, which is the red and white Ferrari just behind the Falcon Tyres. And there, down the inside, goes Milner. He can't wait any longer, and there's a gap between the BMW and the Ferrari who's just gone through. And I actually think that's really considerate driving from Milner, except he's gone too deep into 17, and he'll give that back. And here comes Wolf Hensler. Now, Tommy's a lap down to Hensler and shouldn't really fight too hard. He's now trying to clean his tyres because he went so wide at 17.
He did indeed. He just got a bit too enthusiastic down there, and he's weaving around on the front straight to try and throw that excess rubber off the tyres. And Al Spar's still with us, Al. It's a problem for these guys because there's a lot of rubber marbles out there. When you get offline, you've got to clean up your tyres.
Right, and they're so sticky they'll pick up just about anything inside there.
And there's a lot of stuff out there now already. Over 4 hours into this race, still a long, long way to go. But what a battle this is here. We've got 4 different makes of car running at the front in GT.
There's exactly that dilemma we were talking about as Lee Keane hoves into view behind Tom Milner, and he's got to think to himself, why was I being so polite there? I should have been through laps ago. I've got a quicker car. But he didn't get embroiled in that battle for second position. I think actually that was pretty well managed by Tom Milner, because he clearly has got a car that's quicker in some places than the cars around him.
Yeah, he's taking good advantage there. Now he's got to close down that gap to the leader, Ryan Dalziel, and try and get himself back onto the lead lap in GT. So another caution in that, another full course caution, then he's able to get right back into contention.
Good to see Alex Job racing back as well in the top class. We're welcoming back 2 Ferraris. Risi, where